Is that supposed to be happening? This is what the pool looks like right now. So Hubs is changing the sand so it can filter properly. So all the sand is gonna go in there.
Okay, all I'm doing is I'm just marking how to go ahead and take these connectors, what direction to turn the connectors, because you know they are plastic, and if you don't come out here in a while and you kind of forget, you may be turning these the wrong way. See, these connectors, you have one up top and then one down here for the bottom for the chlorine generator, the salt cell. So you know, I just put off what direction to make sure that I turn this to take it off, and then I did the same thing for the one that's down here on the bottom.
Some of the supplies that he's going to be using, equipment, PVC pipe, cement. Okay, so there is a very fast set with this. So when you put that on there, be ready for it to start drying. This is the same thing, purple primer. This comes in this kit right here, I see. And then yesterday in the other video that I showed you guys, this is what we were picking up. Okay, so in this step, Hubs actually goes around and he cuts the pipe. What he's trying to do is he's trying to disconnect it from the bottom so that he can just lift up the top attachment, and I will show you that in a minute. And in the future, because he's already done this a few times, as you can see, there are a few couplings that are there where you can see where he cut the pipe and then he replaced the couplings. He will probably end up having to get the whole thing redone. All the piping will have to be redone by a professional, because you know you can only cut it so many times before the whole thing needs to be replaced. So that is what we'll probably be looking at in the future. But this has to be done like every 5 years. So it's not that often, but at the same time, 5 years does sneak up on you.
Okay, one thing that I did forget to do is to drain the filter, because you see how that water and everything is still up here.
Yeah.
But there, over here on the side, there's a drain. Okay, it looks like it's doing pretty good now.
Yeah. Look at that. Okay, yeah, see.
See, it's not able.
Right. Okay, so basically Hubs has to get all the sand out of there, so he is using a wet vac, and he is it's a process. It's a process because that sand is all thick and pasty like, so it's gonna take a minute. Baby, is there any way around this process?
Yeah, paying somebody to do it. which is what I polished it the day I'm done.
Alright, so this is the bottom of everything. Everything is out.
Yeah, everything is out. Now from here, what you gotta kind of watch is I don't know if you can see those little pipes down at the bottom, but those are what's called your laterals. The laterals, you have to you have to kind of watch out. You're looking to check to make sure none of them are broken or cracked or anything like that. And when you pour your sand back in, you just got to make sure that you pour it evenly, because you see how this pipe here is like centered. So when you go to put the there's like another, what is it, a little selector that we took off earlier, that for backwash and everything. All that'll line up.
This was a whole process. So just so you know, he did have to use the wet vac to get the sand out, to get the rest of the water out. It's a lot of work.
When I was looking at the sand, I could tell it was real. They had a whole lot of dead algae in there, and the sand was like really heavy. It wasn't able to circulate. It was more like a paste instead of a sand. So yeah, I could tell it wasn't filtering anymore. It had just got too heavy and just too much like just a sediment.
How long does it take for it to clear up once everything is in?
You still probably looking at, like maybe probably about a day, 2 days maybe. I'm gonna have to shock it with chlorine and go that route, and then clear it up, then cut on the salt generator to where it'll just always just stay, because it's chlorine being generated from that.
All right, so then when he shocks it, that's when you guys will see all of the algae will die. That'll be at the bottom of the pool. That's a whole other process, because then you gotta clean the pool and clean out all the algae, suck all that stuff out. It's a process.
Okay, we just put our connector. We put the primer. We put the hot glue, PVC cement on there. This is our little coupler. Now we're gonna take this whole thing. So now we're gonna be the other section of pipe that we cut off. That's in place over there. This whole assembly, if you want to say that, go right on back on top of the everything that was cut before. You'll see what I'm talking about as we get over there. But I'm gonna need your help.
Okay, what you need me to do? All right, let me cut the camera off right quick. All right, so real quick, what he had to just do was when you cut this right here, you got to make sure it's even. That right there, make sure it's even across. So that's why he was making sure that it was even and everything like that. So when he puts all of it back together, it'll be kind of flush, you know what I mean? So there won't be any gaps.
Then can you
Can
you tilt that to where I can kind of see down in there?
All right, so we just put the cement on the piping, as well as, what was it, a primer too?
Yeah.
And then you had to flip it around. You got to work fast because it dries pretty quick. So we had to flip it around, and then he just was like pressing it down to make sure that it was adhering together.
Yeah.
What is that, the salt cell?
Yeah. Yep.
Was that supposed to be happening?
No.
Oh shit.
Like it was coming out through right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's better? You got me scared over here.
It's looking at everything. Looking at everything. Everything looks like.
Everything's good?
Yeah, I'm just checking.
Baby, calm down. Yo, this your body, it puts in my heart for lockdown. Yo, you sweet life, phantom. If I tell you, say I love you, you know they